You're listening to the New Old Heads podcast, shot live every Tuesday at twitch.tv/newoldheads and released every Thursday at noon via bringingdowntheband.com. The show is brought to you by Coleman Dental, Printfinity, Indie CD and Vinyl, and Sun King Brewery. Support the show directly by becoming a member at patreon.com/newoldheads.
You're now tuned in to the New Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7th. The entire crew is here, starting off with my man Lonegevity. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing spectacular, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you, man. I'm glad you're doing spectacular.
Yeah, you're doing great, right?
Yeah, thanks.
Really good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Please continue.
All right. My man Jay Moore is in the building. How are you, sir?
You know the business, kicking but not high, flapping but can't fly.
Fit that game. To my immediate left, DJ Jay Diff. What's happening, man?
Salutations. What's going on,
Oh,
my
man,
friend?
I can't call it.
All right, I am back.
Chad is in the building as well. We see y'all. Thanks for the activity out the gate. I know we are starting a little early tonight, but good album. Oh, it's a good album. My man Red August is in the building as well, doing what he does so well with the on-site production. So we appreciate you, brother, as always.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and jump into our rundown for tonight, or this evening, I should say. So Grammy nominations came out.
Are we gonna do you just jumping right into the mug?
Nah. We did have one. I'm tripping. I know you gotta leave. Gotta stop rushing. All right.
Okay.
So that'll be number 2 apparently.
This podcast is live.
Yes, it's live content, man. It is live content. Well, we didn't. No, they played us in the chat. We didn't get a.
Yeah, let's talk about the Silk.
You want to do Silk
Sonic?
Sonic?
I
mean, Terry was hating on the album, so I mean,
I did not hate on the album.
I'm just saying, while all
Mike
I know
tells a lot of runny
projections.
Everybody that watches the show, Mike is a habitual line stepper as well, but he likes to spin the truth a lot. So just saying.
Got anything else?
That's it.
All right.
Put a pin in that. Remember that?
Y'all told me stop doing that. I ain't said that.
Remember.
I'm listening, man.
All right.
You a hater. All right. So Silk Sonic dropped. It's dropped since we've last been together. I actually like the album. I think it rides well, flows well. Production is amazing to me. Shout out to Bootsy Collins as well. Sequence well. I think I always said, I actually just told Terry, I said, I don't think there's any whack records on there. That doesn't mean the album is, he corrected me. That don't mean it's classic or whatever, but I don't have any records on there that I don't enjoy. Like there's nothing that jumps out to me that says, I'll just 100% skip this one every time. There are albums like that where we have records where
Even Skate?
I like Skate, man. Why y'all fight me on Skate, man? You still out on Skate?
I skated right past that track.
It's mid.
Y'all have both said y'all have both been consistent saying that's mid.
Leave the door open and then come back with Skate.
With Skate. So is that the weak link? Is that what I'm hearing y'all say?
It's not a bad album.
Yeah, it's not a bad album, but it's not. It's
I like
good
it.
because it reminds me of other things that I already like.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But you know what? There are parts of it where I'm thinking, is this quietly a comedy album? And even when if you're hungry, I got the lays. Shut your trap.
I
like
said fillets.
Yeah, or fillets. But when you listen, I was like, are they trying to be funny here? Even though because it's so smooth.
Yeah.
That and the groove is so tight. You're like,
but honestly though,
okay.
that's kind of Bruno Mars though. Like if you listen Bruno Mars style, on like all his albums, it's kind of like he says kind of some funny stuff, so to speak.
It was not a character from him. I agree with that.
Like I said, I thought it was a solid project. I wasn't blown away.
9 records.
Yeah, 8 in the intro.
Yeah, 8 in the intro.
And that's cool. But this feels like okay. We're gonna have a Bruno Mars album with my man. Oh, I feel bad. Well, I can't think of his name right now.
Who?
The other Silk Sonic.
Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak. I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
Oh man.
And I would have liked it to be a situation where it's like, okay, this half is being led by Anderson. This half is being led by Bruno. I think what we have here is a Bruno Mars album featuring Anderson .Paak.
The production, man. I'm a fan of the production because you talked about, we all have talked about the vibe and the groove that's there, live instrumentation, bridges, like those are the types of things that grab my attention. It moves. It's not stale. And all of the music continues to move.
And I think it's an album that's meant, some of the records are meant to be performed live. When I saw them open the American Music Awards,
yeah.
I mean, it was a fan, like it was, you're like, okay, yeah, I would watch a whole concert of this.
Yeah, those tickets gonna be stupid.
Concert.
Yeah, those tickets gonna be stupid.
But now I think I know why you like it a whole lot. Because I mean, it's a good album.
What you think?
What you just explained, how it actually moves and it does this and does that, because you're used to hearing how albums sound in today's day and age.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an average album. What's that sound? Maybe 20 years ago. Maybe even 30.
30.
About 30 years ago. That's an average album.
In relation, okay. I'm trying to think back. Okay,
but it's still good. I think a lot of things that you lean towards to make you kind of put stuff up higher is the nostalgia point of it and how people approached it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it feels like, especially when you have Bruno Mars, who just came off a very successful album, Anderson .Paak, who's been doing very well for himself. I mean, he's dropped 3 albums in the past 5 years, maybe?
4 maybe.
Because he put out 2 in the same year.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's steadily climbing, and this doesn't do anything but propel his
stock,
his celebrity, his stock, so to speak, to the next level.
Yep.
So I mean, I really like it. I dig it. Like Jay Moore pointed out, the live version of it is going to be where it's at, though.
I think to your point, I would agree with that. I also believe that nostalgia can also be done, like you can pull from this. There's bad nostalgia too.
Oh yeah,
you can try to reach back, you know what I'm saying, to create a certain vibe and just butcher it. It's like at least they did it well when they tried to do it. But that is, to your point though, I think that's a fair assessment. That's what jumped out to me.
And they're all the way in character, even from the merch looks dated.
Yeah,
they're trying to bring back the bell bottoms and velour suits and have your chest hair showing with a gold chain,
medallion on it.
Yeah,
big 𝗀𝐻𝐿 type glasses, all that. So I mean, it's a vibe in itself. So I can dig it, and so that ticket's gonna be nice.
Yeah, a little too nice for me. Lone, did you get a chance to listen to it?
No. For no other reason than I just didn't.
It's not that you don't want to. You just haven't got around to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to listen to some stuff tomorrow. So,
well, I check back with you, especially on the production and what I was talking about. I think you'll enjoy it. It's very well done, right to the point, not overdone from a track list standpoint.
Right.
And we've talked about this before, but the attention span or lack thereof down this era. If they'd have done, even as excited as I was about this project, I didn't need 15, 16 joints from them. Like the fact that they kept it concise, short, to the point, I think that's a plus.
Yeah,
you agree?
I can dig that. They need to go ahead and do a Christmas album then.
I mean, Donny Hathaway still leads all.
He got the best Christmas song.
But the Temptations lead all.
We can do this if y'all want to, because
that can be a close second.
I'm talking, but that whole album is.
Oh, you can send the album. Okay, gotcha.
What about Bing Crosby?
Give me a nice joint off that one.
I was about to ask Lone, what's your favorite Christmas record, man? Or
I don't know. It's the old white guys that they look dapper.
That's any old white guy that looks dapper.
We go, merry little Christmas.
Look, it's not Christmas time in my city until I hear "In My Mind."
There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's what my mama. My mama got the CD.
Put that on.
She pull it out every year.
Boy,
Chipmunks.
I'm with the Chipmunks.
I can dig that.
Donnie and Mariah Carey, and
that Temptations do go on.
Yeah, that Temptations. Mariah Carey's Christmas.
Nah,
no, man.
She let us know. Out that Christmas song every single year.
I'm talking about
as soon as the eve of Thanksgiving start.
Yeah, they gonna play that Friday.
Off that song.
She's too young to put out a Christmas album. I feel like you got to be either like
And that Christmas
from the
album
70s.
is 30 years old.
Yeah,
I was about to say that album been out for a while, bro.
Yeah, but I didn't like it back then. You know, like I can remember it. It wasn't something like, oh man, that was from years past.
I mean, but
Boys and Men, Let It Snow.
Yeah, Let It Snow is an awesome song too.
Luther has a tough Christmas album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard Luther's Christmas album. Al Green got a Christmas album.
BJ the Chicago Kid got a good Christmas album, actually.
Death Row got a Christmas album.
They do.
Wait a minute.
LaFace got
Luther
a
got a Christmas album?
Death Row got it. They did a rendition of Santa Claus Come Straight to the Ghetto.
Yeah, I remember
Well, I know that. I'm talking about, but Al Green got some heat on Christmas. I'm just telling you.
You know who slept on a Christmas album?
Be careful.
Alexander O'Neal.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
When he had T-physis.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
T-physis.
What he got now?
I don't know.
Not T-physis. He might have a toothus.
What about Tales from the Crypt?
That's what we gonna do.
Have yourself a scary Christmas.
Good grief.
Dang.
All right, man.
You
well,
get into polka?
Yeah, what was the Polka Kings that rescued Kevin McAllister?
Yep.
No,
what's
they
my
didn't
boy
rescue
name?
him. They rescued his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Candy was what playing? What did he play?
He was like, "You've never heard the song Dance Your Way to the Christmas Tree?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, you know, there's a whole bunch of polka.
Christmas movie's about to be.
Hey, I seen something about if Christmas Story happened, not Christmas Story, but if Home Alone happened nowadays, it would be a 5-minute movie. It'd pretty much be a movie where they left him at the crib.
Yeah.
He texts his mom, but y'all left me, and then she go back home and get him.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what?
The movie of the time.
This is a really
That's a classic movie.
This is going to get really dark here.
Oh yeah, perfect. Right around the holidays.
I remember because you remember like when you would watch movies that had nothing to do with the educational process, and you just realized like maybe your teacher just needed an hour to get it get it together.
Oh, yeah.
I remember we watched
like Ghostbusters.
we watched Home Alone like in choir class one year, and I just me and my boy shot.
You was in choir?
I could do a little something.
What you say,
You know,
man? What part they have you on?
I was one of those singers you recognize.
He's a tenor or baritone?
Yeah, I was very versatile in my vocal stylings.
Yeah.
You ain't sing lead on nothing, man. You ain't sing.
What you talking about?
You ain't had no solo. Jay Moore ain't had no solo.
I definitely had a solo. You better watch yourself.
You ain't had no solo.
But
I sang falsetto.
No, you didn't. I was there.
All
No, you
right,
didn't.
Dream.
we would watch movies and we would say, what if the credits just started rolling now? And there's the part where like where Kevin McAllister, like the bookcase falls on him, and we said, what if the credits just this is the end of the movie?
Damn.
I'm cool.
Y'all watched that on a day where
I'm
y'all
cool.
teacher had.
No,
a
our
hangover.
teacher was, I don't know.
Yeah, something
she
happened.
was probably going through a divorce. She had some other stuff going on, and she just did not feel like teaching that day.
She
So
had
we
a
watched
hangover.
we watched Home Alone for like 2 days straight.
Dang.
You
The
know-
same one, or she at least gave you the second part.
Yeah, no,
Okay, I
because
was
it's
about to
like
say,
you can't because
she really going
an
through it
hour-
if y'all had to watch the same movie
because
2 days
once
in a row.
once you do roll,
Yeah.
you only have like maybe 50 minutes to go ahead. So it takes 2 days to watch a whole movie.
That's a good point.
Unless you're
Forgot
in block
about that.
schedule.
Now, if you were like in the 4th grade, because I remember we watched Overboard with
Is it Adam Sandler?
no,
The worst movie ever?
no, it had Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn in it.
I don't think I ever seen.
I
that.
don't know about that one.
Oh, there's another movie that I know my teacher she just needed a couple hours to get it together. We watched Short Circuit. There is no
like that movie.
educational value. You know
At
what?
school though?
It's about electronics.
I loved it then because it had a robot in it.
Yeah.
But then when I realized the Indian dude wasn't Indian,
Yeah.
I was
Man,
like, this
listen,
is probably one of the most racist things that happened and all that, because he put on the brown makeup
and
and
he talked in the fake
and
the
gave
accent.
it the real effective.
Yeah, I thought he was for real.
I thought he was Indian, so I was.
I
like,
got a
okay.
story about that. I'll talk to y'all about after.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get to something.
Let's
else
go ahead and
before-
get into because
before-
that could go somewhere. Yeah, that
Exactly.
definitely could go somewhere. Let's go ahead and get into this next topic. So now, thank you, Lone, for the get me back on the right track. Grammy nominations were released, and also, 𝗏𝗲𝗱 hit a milestone, and I didn't even realize this. Lone told me, we were prepping for the show, but he passed Quincy Jones for the most Grammy nominations of all time. That's big. When you think about it, that's big.
Is it?
Yeah. For Jay, a rapper?
Not really
it's
for. I mean,
it's a nomination.
it's almost given for Jay.
we
act like we don't know his track record.
Jay's-
if they'd given him the Grammys for stuff where he should have won Grammys for,
Yeah.
then we'd be impressed. But just to
Right.
nominate him
Yeah,
at this
nominations.
point, if I'm Jay, I don't even show up.
I think it speaks to how long he's been around to be nominated.
That's
You
fair.
know, with product. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what I'm saying. But yeah, shout out to Jay on that because Quincy is a monster.
He's a producer.
He's a producer. Quincy's producer. All right, let's go through some of the.
He's a composer as well.
I'll take that as well.
Arranger.
That also. Let's go to some of the nominations. I got a list here.
Good rapper.
Who?
I'm joking.
Okay.
Oh no.
I know he doesn't like rap, so I figured he might be a decent
Well,
one.
he had dropped an album that had.
You know
some-
how he raps? I went to the store.
Hey.
Don't do because we need beatbox.
Nah, it was a little different
Went
than
to
that,
the
but they
store.
wasn't standing on nothing.
No.
Had Tevin Campbell singing in the background.
Well,
You know
For
who,
those that know,
you know who won a Grammy off of Back in the Block?
Ooh.
Ice-T.
Oh my God! It always goes back around. Like, shout out to Ice-T, man. We don't
7
want no
Degrees
smoke.
of Kevin Bacon,
There we go.
starring Ice-T.
Starring Ice-T. We don't want no smoke. All right, man. So best rap performance.
Okay.
Family Ties by Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar. I thought Kendrick's verse was trash on
I
this.
think that song
It's a
was
mid song.
everything
Mid.
about, like, but it has Kendrick on it, so they have
Yeah.
to
They
nominate it.
tried to save it and he
Top of
couldn't
the
even
morning,
save it.
top of the morning, top of the morning,
Yeah, they tried.
top of the morning,
They
top of the
tried.
morning.
That
Yeah,
ain't it.
that's a legacy nomination.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't it. Up by Cardi B. I figured that would
Legacy
be
nomination.
it. My Life by J. Cole.
Solid album.
21
solid.
Savage and More. I like that
Love
one.
that record.
Thought Expletive.
Thought poop.
Yeah, by Meg Thee Stallion.
Once again, she's got 3 Grammys. Legacy nomination.
I'm not
got a
mad
Pop-
at you.
She got a Popeye sandwich sauce now, so
Yeah, what?
Yeah, so you know you got to
Thought sauce.
do something to get her.
Long, you have some of that? All right, let's go to the next category. Best melodic rap performance.
Melodic rap performance.
what is
Yeah.
a melodic rap performance?
Come on,
though?
man.
Let's-
Come on, man.
that's the Young Thug Future, right?
Is that what that is?
I don't
Who
know.
are the
That's my
nominees
guess.
so we can pick this apart?
because
The
y'all
T-Pain Award?
Maybe Roddy Ricch Award.
Maybe
Yeah,
Old Drake Award.
New Drake Award.
When I think of that, I think of like Future and Young Thug.
I mean, it actually speaks to
More so Young Thug.
it speaks to where music is because a best melodic rap performance.
that art?
I could see
The
that.
Bone Thugs Award.
See what
Hey,
you
there
did
you
there.
go.
But let's go through the list. Like you said, Pride is the Devil. J. Cole featuring Lil Baby. Need to Know by Doja Cat. We were talking about Doja Cat.
Pop record.
Industry Baby, Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow.
Yeah, they had to give him one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He got more than one.
that was all right.
I never say that.
What's your name?
Thank you. I ain't gonna mess it up. Tyler Creator, featuring Young Boy and Ty Dolla $ign. We was just talking about Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
Hurricane, Kanye West,
I like that
The
song.
Weeknd, and Lil Baby. So those are the ones for.
I'm ignorant on. I like all of them, so I've got no comment.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't think Doja Cat should be in that
Category.
but
I'm a cow.
Yeah.
boo.
Ooh.
Lil Nas X will win that.
Yeah, you gonna win that one.
I wouldn't be mad because Jack Harlow's on it.
I'll fool with Jack Harlow. Best rap album: The Off Season, J. Cole, Certified Lover Boy, Drake, King's
Doesn't deserve to
Disease
be
2, Nas, Call Me If You Get Lost, Tyler the Creator, and Down to by Kanye West. I got
going
Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler's.
Tyler.
Come on.
Who you got? Go ahead, man. Get it off your chest. I know who
either
Nicole in the chat
Tyler-
got.
Either Tyler or that King's Disease too. Honestly,
I still need to listen to that. So
Which one?
King's
King's-
Disease too. Yeah.
King's
I'm
Disease
still-
2 got heat.
I would, but I'd say my dark horse will just because he is a part of Rock Nation and he has put in a lot of work. Might mess around and give it to J. Cole.
in the offseason, don't
J.
mind you,
Cole?
those are all
And the
to me,
and I
those are all
love that.
good albums.
I love the J. Cole album.
Those are all good albums. Certified
That's a
Pretty
horrible
Boy.
argument.
Certified
I mean,
Lover
not
Boy. It's not a
picking on
bad
you, but-
album, but it's Drake, so it has to go into the album of the year category.
Does it have to?
Yeah, because I mean he's.
But
I don't
you
mean
know,
it's good. I don't mean it deserve to be
and
nominated.
I understand because I understand this is all very political. Because you
Get
know,
a pass.
I'm like,
after a certain
there's
point in time.
still no Griselda nominations.
Yeah,
I would
Oh, you
rather.
nah, that'll be the day. Go ahead, Long.
I feel like I would rather like remake the Grammys than talk about them.
Remake them.
Yeah, like us talk about who we would put in each category and actually.
I ain't mad at that.
You know, that'd be kind of fun.
Kings,
Because everybody that you named, I was like, I expected them to be in there, no matter what their album sounded
what
like.
it sounds like.
It's just like, oh yeah, I know who that is.
Nowadays, it's all about the sales and what song, who has singles on the
And it's-
radio.
once
and Drake
again-
has
And
two or
J.
three
Cole's
joints.
owed, you know. So
and once again, I mean, like, it sucks, you know, because like Nas was owed. I thought I felt like he deserved to win, but he was also owed.
Yeah,
and so like that's why Freddie Gibbs didn't have a chance.
King Disease 2 is better than King Disease 1.
Thank you. I agree. I agree 100%. You don't think so, Jay? I think so. I think 2 is better than 1.
You know, it's hard because I feel like they're companion pieces. They really are.
They are.
And plus, like, I still listen to like Car 85 probably.
Car 85 is hard.
That song
I
is
probably
fire.
still listen to the last song with Fabio and I can't see. The thing is, since I just stream everything, I don't know the names of songs.
Because Car 85 has Charlie Wilson, right?
Yeah.
Or am I wrong? Is
No,
that right?
like that was probably my favorite song of that came out last year.
I'm with Terry on King's Disease too, though, because the production on the second one stood out to me more than the first one. Now the production fit the first one fine. I'm not arguing that, but I feel like the beats went up a notch and a half or so on the second one. To me,
you know, that's I can see that.
You know,
Now, in my
and it was too long.
In
Now
my
that's
personal opinion
my
as well. If Donda was cut damn near in half,
thirds.
it might have been, to me, if they just took everything that was dope off of that, everything that they put out for Donda and put that out, Donda might have squeaked by.
Nah,
I'm just saying.
I mean, it might deserve a nomination at that point.
It ain't gonna win.
I mean, it still deserves a nomination.
But right
Does
now,
it?
but I really think like Tyler's like the industry like darling. Plus, he's a legacy.
Yeah. He had a
Plus, he
nice
makes dope
performance
music.
on the AMAs too.
But you know, like I said, this is a lot of times. Hey, we gave that person a Grammy before. Let's give it to him again.
That's
Yeah.
narrative counts. Narrative counts.
That's how Taylor Swift keeps
But
winning.
Yeah,
even
narrative
more,
counts.
even
I'm with
more to
that.
your point, like there was controversy around the first time Tyler won because he didn't even really make a
Yeah,
hip hop
it wasn't
album,
a hip-hop album.
but he won that category. Now he actually made a hip hop album. You know, song of the year, I would have liked to hear. I like, you know what? I liked the Tyler joint with Lil Wayne on it.
Yes.
I thought that.
I mean,
was
the Tyler album in itself is a complete album.
Or
If we want to,
It's better than everything up here to me.
Did Cleo Soul get any nominations in any category?
I didn't look for
we
it, but
should, we
she
should,
should.
Well,
we
she
should,
should.
we should do this. We should start in our Discord. We should put together our own little nominations.
Make certain categories.
Yeah, just for fun.
I ain't mad at that.
Anybody wants to be a part of it, holler in the Discord.
Best rap song. Let's see. Bath Salts. X, rest in peace. Jay and Nas.
I like that song, but it's no.
Best Friend, Sweetie and Doja Cat. Y'all favorite?
Pop rap. It's great. It works, but
Family
for
Ties.
that to be the best song,
Family Ties is getting a lot of love. Baby Keem and Kendrick. That
Absolutely
record
not.
is not it, man. I'm sorry.
absolutely not.
And I'm a Kendrick fan, but that ain't it. Jail,
that's
Kanye
a
featuring
solid
Jay-Z.
song. Tell you
Of
that.
the
Calm
four,
down, man.
I'm just saying.
Terry's making up for last
for all,
week.
for all the stuff
And
I-
Nicole is with him too in the
for-
chat, low key.
for
Nicole
all-
is with him in the
for all
chat.
the stuff I
Appreciate
said about Kanye in the last 2 weeks, of the 4 songs that you've mentioned, that's the only one that I feel deserves to win.
Okay. When what you said with Don,
Are these only 4?
no, I got one more. My Life, which which was probably my favorite on this list.
That's a very
21
good
Savage
song.
and Maury. I
would,
really like that.
I would
track.
give it to that. I feel like Jail probably win. No, you know what? It won't win. They'll probably give it to
Bath
Doja
Sauce.
Cat. They'll
But
probably
Bath
give it to
Sauce
Doja
because-
Cat.
Bath Sauce because DMX passed.
or
narrative.
or you know what
right?
the thing is, because if Doja Cat performs, you'll probably win the award.
You don't think they'll do a Nipsey joint on here because he passed away?
No.
All very
Nipsey died
political.
2 years or 2-3 years ago.
I mean, he didn't get a Grammy when he was.
No,
Rest in
I
peace
know,
when
but
he-
you know, I
when he was
understand. But you know, no. The answer is no. And the thing, they didn't give that to Nipsey. They gave it to
Was it
DJ Khaled.
It's like
Oh, I see. Yeah, he won it through that. You're right.
Yeah.
Y'all right. Y'all right. I messed up.
speculation
Y'all right.
on the politics of hip hop.
yeah.
Jesus,
Man.
shoot me.
But there are mad levels, though, as we all
Yeah.
know. There are mad levels. Yeah, I'm gonna go with My Life on that one. I could see Jail winning with Kanye. I could see that.
No, I could see. I could
Just
definitely
for
see
him
that
to
win.
come up there and accept it, like
Yeah,
just because like
See what he gonna say when
Because
he
the
come up
thing
here.
is, like, if you're not really
gonna cry.
a fan of hip hop, you might still have listened to the Kanye album just because you had to see what the hubbub was about.
I did.
But I'm saying
I
like it doesn't Like for the other song actually deserves to win the J. Cole record.
Yeah.
You might not even know what they're
That's
talking
a good
about.
record.
Yeah, I revisited the J. Cole maybe about a week ago, and I was like, yeah, this was good.
What I like about J. Cole is normally he doesn't have a lot of features. That's been the talk, right? And he's still been able to put out quality product. Now he goes the feature route and nothing drops off. It's still a good album. So I give him peace for being able to get out of his bag, because he even talked about how he normally doesn't do that, and it was a little uncomfortable at first to reach out to so many features.
Well,
but
he was saying he did that because he doesn't want to go his whole career and regret that he never worked with any of his favorite artists.
Yeah.
Right. And it didn't hinder him at all. He still, the level of the product stayed the same.
Look, him and 21 Savage need to put out a whole project
Man,
together.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
21 Savage is not bad in any sense of the way or word. Like if we want to keep it 100,
It's just terms of like music that he makes and his ability and all that.
he's pretty good at what he does.
Okay.
I ain't gonna front.
That's all we ask you to be.
Yeah. Just be
pretty good.
Nah,
at what you do.
because a lot
pretty
of
good at
people,
what you do.
a lot of people aren't good and they get the praise.
Yeah.
21 Savage, if you think about the songs that he drops,
Yeah.
that actually are like on the charts and gain momentum, even the ones that are on his album, he has a really good track record. No pun intended.
No,
I'm just saying.
no, I'm not going to argue with you there.
I'd go for a Riff Raff and Action Bronson album.
Oh wow.
Oh, who?
Riff Raff and Action Bronson.
Riff Raff
Tiptoeing in my
talking about his
Jordans.
yacht style boat.
Hey,
Tiptoeing in my Jordans.
All right, man. So I think we pretty much made our predictions for this. Cleo Soul is nowhere on this list, Jay Moore. I'm sorry.
Well,
Did you want to see, before we go to the next topic, did you want to see, let's see.
having features is not getting out your bag. The same bag, just a couple more people in it.
Who said that?
Nicole.
Oh, what about, okay.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree.
I don't know
with
if
that.
I agree with that.
Because Cole has historically always been a solitude type of artist when it comes to that. So it is kind of stepping out of your element to invite people into that space.
And the only reason I agree with that, because the number of features in comparison to what he normally does, that has to be somewhat out of his bag.
It's different. Like I've done both. I've made an album where I didn't feature anybody, and I've done it where I feature people. It's a different mindset.
Okay.
For me it was.
Take that.
yeah.
Well, a lot of these artists are using
I like that. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
A lot of
Take
artists
that.
are using it now. I kind of thinking, I could be wrong, as the lazy way, because they can't come up with a whole album on their own.
Yeah,
so
there's that
every
too.
song
Ooh, okay.
features people.
Okay.
like, yeah, I
kind
got
of a crutch, huh?
I got a song, but I only have one verse on it because, and we're in the day and age to where people are making songs that are 2 minutes and 15 seconds long.
E40 said
That's normal.
E40 said on Mount Westmore, he had an interview, and they were talking about the process of making the album, how all of them had to work together to schedule and studio and what typically goes into an album. He was like, it was easy. We got like 25 or 30, 35 songs now because of how easy it is to make music now. He was like, we sending verses. Like, he's like, the songs don't have to be, but to your point, 2 and some change.
Hey,
like, try to squeeze in a 16 from 3 or the 4 on most of the records, or all of them if you can, and call it a day.
The young producers in my classes that are like in the more advanced stuff, the beats they make are like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Like, I have to press them to make something longer than a minute. Like, evolve like the beat a little bit more, like get into it. But their default is like done in a minute and a half. I'm like,
Dilla's instrumental tapes was like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 3 minutes.
Yeah, but
tops.
the thing is those are like beat tapes for beats, right?
Yeah. Versus records.
The beats that a lot of the people that I'm working with, they're not made for beats. They're made for people to like
rap on.
And so it's like, they're just like quick in and out. So,
and I mean, it's evolution. It's where music is now, because
3 verses,
Yeah, like you think about,
now it's weird if you hear somebody rap 3 verses.
how long is the 13th Floor or like Liberation? Those records are how long?
Like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. You got to ride out at the end, and it's, the solos and even older rap records. If you notice, there's a bridge at the end where it's like a random sax solo or something, and then they'll ride out and bring the hook back one more time, and then it's gone.
Look,
it's like 4 minutes.
There was times where, like, by the time when it was time for a rapper to make a video, the people of the company were like, "Look, we can't have a 5-verse song."
Yeah.
So we got to cut at least one of these out.
Bro, Triumph.
Disco
I remember when
Demolition.
I mean,
Triumph dropped.
like
No, they had.
I'm bad as like five.
Man.
I'm bad as five verses.
Well, it's
At least.
different eras too. Like
Yeah.
if you think about it, a lot of this was. This goes. I mean, there's a little bit of history, but it goes back to the 45, right? Because the 45 can only fit 3 minutes on each side.
Good point. Good point.
But then they started pressing up LPs, but also 7-inch singles
Yep.
as well, where you could fit. There was a time in the late 70s, early 80s where a lot of dance music was the singles were really long. Remember, Barry White had a single that was an instrumental that was like 6 minutes long.
They had the paper album covers.
Well, I mean, and you also have to just think about like Isaac Hayes would put out a whole album. It was only 6 songs.
Yeah. But the songs were.
But the songs might be one of the songs might be 14 minutes long.
Yeah. But I mean, the 3 minute, the 3 minute and whatever process stems from like 45s and then the radio. I mean, that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
So now the radio is not as much of an influence,
if any, at this point. I don't listen to it anymore.
People
so I don't know.
Now it's social media, so it's like it's short.
Yeah,
So,
people want to TikTok and Instagram to some joints real quick
Yep.
and move on.
Yeah.
if you're smart, make an album of 15-second popular things that people can
Popular what?
popular things that people
Red
can
August, get your
stitch.
boy, man.
Things that people can stitch and use the sound for and create into things on TikTok.
He's not wrong.
I gotta find that.
Do that,
man.
you're gonna do well.
Yeah.
Red August, get your boy.
He
man.
just quagmired us.
He did. Hey,
Giggity.
Red August, can we go to the partners real quick before we get into the next portion, sir? Thank you. I appreciate you.
Bong diddy bong.
Thanks to our partners. Dr. Coleman of Coleman Dental is our go-to dentist. He's a longtime Indianapolis arts and music supporter located right in Broad Ripple. Printfinity is a screen printing shop based in Indianapolis, owned and operated by our own DJ Jay Diff. Our good friends at Indie CD and Vinyl operate one of the best record stores in North America. Shop new and used in their site or visit them in person. Sun King Brewery is what we're drinking on every episode. Check out their many local locations, and they might just be selling in your city if you're not in Indianapolis. And the best way to support the New Old Heads is to visit our Patreon and become a member for as little as $3 a month. All details on newoldheads.com.
You talking right through the partners again? Yeah. Sorry.
Oh. He's supposed to be on-site producer. He's supposed to tell me.
Oh,
You're actually supposed to listen through your headphones and realize that we're playing.
yeah.
Well, I'm with you when you're right. Sorry about that, y'all. All right. Thanks, Red.
264 episodes.
Thank you, Red August. We appreciate it. I appreciate that. Let's talk streaming services. I got a couple articles I'm gonna put together here. One from about Spotify and one from Tidal. Changes that Tidal made recently.
Tidal.
Tidal. Sorry, Lone says Tidal. We're gonna go with Tidal.
I
Tidal.
don't know. Jay-Z said call it Tidal, so
He's
Title for everyone.
Yeah, but he also sold all the stuff into it. So.
oh
that's a different conversation.
yeah.
Get your monies, man.
Yeah, get your paper.
A conversation we already had. So listen to our previous episode about it.
Talk to him. So Tidal's brought new tiers and better monetization, quote unquote better monetization for artists. So there's 3 new tiers that they have revealed. One is called Free. The other one is Hi-Fi. And there's Hi-Fi Plus. Now the Hi-Fi Plus stuck out to me because it has, let's see, so it says 80 million plus songs, 350,000 video, like access to videos is ad free, listen offline with unlimited skips, and up to 10% of your subscription will go directly to an artist. So from an artist standpoint,
Well, an artist that you listen to.
the artist that you listen to, yeah, sorry, thank you. Artist that you listen to, that's the highest one, the highest tier. So previous shows we've talked about streaming and when will it change or if it will change or, payouts. I think this is good from an artist standpoint, the fact that there's an option that you can, really get somewhat of a percentage, if you will, based off a tier. So with the Hi-Fi Plus, I like that. The other one is just
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Why not?
I think they should just pay artists based upon what is streamed. So
Yeah.
the other option here is what happens is, if you don't know, is there's a thing called Sound Exchange out there.
Yep.
And if you're not registered as an artist, what happens is a lot of actually there's multiple facets to this, but
put me on game.
The way that it worked. Well, I'm actually having two conversations in one, so let me kind of slow this down here a little bit. First of all, there is something that happens in streaming where they pay the most popular artist the most out of the pot right from streams, which is problematic. So this seems like it's trying to overcome and fix that, right? But I feel like the solution is to just pay a higher percentage to the artist based upon the percentage of what is streamed.
Versus this up to 10% model that they're...
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know. What's the... Why is it a good thing to pay... Let's say I listen to Maja 7th and Pete's Sake, right? Mm-hmm. And I listen to their album a lot, but I also listen to a lot of Jay Diff and Red August. Mm-hmm. And so 10% is going to go to them, but it's not going to go to them. Why wouldn't it just take the percentage of what is being played and giving it out equally? Why do I have to choose between this artist that I like and this artist I like, whether who I want to get paid?
Okay.
Yeah, pay if I listen to their song, pay them their half of a half of a half of a half of a half.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But
okay.
There's another thing. What I was saying with Sound Exchange is if you're an artist and you're not registered and you don't, if you don't sign up for it, there is money out there that just lingers and sits. That if you ever get music played on playlists or any internet radio stations and stuff, if you don't register, what happens is after a year or so, if you don't collect it, they put that pot into the major artist's pocket.
That's just eating.
So they're eating off.
Shout out to
all the small
Drake
people.
and
So
Taylor
register.
Swift.
Royalty socialism?
Corporate socialism.
Okay.
Yeah, Lone explained to me what he actually just talked about. I was blown away because he actually found, he talked about this before, how you found, records that were spun on certain platforms that put a little money in there.
I didn't even know. I randomly, somebody told me about this a few years ago, and I was like, all right, let me register. We were collecting money from frozen liquor that I didn't even know about.
Yeah.
And
that came out.
They sent me a check 2009,
Yeah.
2011. So.
But you had to know.
I'm not
about
mad
it
at that angle.
I had to know about it and check up on it.
And they're not going to tell you.
It's kind of like the unclaimed cash thing that
exactly
the
what it
state's
is.
holding money that you have, but if you never claim it, then
They give it to the bigger artists.
yeah.
So do you think?
So I think it's a step back to your point. I think it's a step in the right direction, maybe.
See, that's where I'm coming from. I think it's going the right.
I like the free
direction.
option too, because I think the advertisements are educational pieces or something. I think they said
Free's got, as it relates to the list, it says good sound quality up to 160 kilobytes, and it has still the 80 million songs and limited.
And this is the free
limited
one?
interruptions.
Yeah.
This is the
Okay.
free.
Because Tidal didn't have a free tier.
Right.
Yeah,
Now, that's
but
the big
when
thing.
I hear 160 kilobytes, I was like, that sounds like the MP3s.
it's a little higher
That's
than-
early
it's a little higher than
download
radio.
action.
Now
It's a little higher
on the
than radio.
hi-fi option,
Everything that streams on YouTube or SoundCloud is 128.
Okay,
On the
that
high-
makes sense.
on the hi-fi version, or the hi-fi tier, I should say, is up to 1411 kilobyte. They're trying to
So, and then the higher you go, you can choose.
9216 on the
Yeah, I mean, you
the
can
hi-fi.
go full blown WAV file.
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
for the audio files.
You got if you ever good
but that's
internet
been their
connection.
selling point for a minute.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They pretty much all they really did was add a free tier for the most part.
And I think
and add some extra to the hi-fi
Bells and
plus.
whistles and that's it.
And I think but the thing that stuck out to me about it, because I was reading a little bit in the article, I think it says something about the specific types of ads were going to be, I don't know if it's like educational or it's going to be information about streaming services or something.
They got the hi-fi and the hi-fi plus have ad-free options.
I'm talking about the ads.
Oh,
though.
the ad. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right.
Like, what are the content of the ads?
The
I'm
content
I
of the
got you.
ads.
I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Sorry about that. I didn't read that. I didn't see that. That may be in the article that I pulled. So I don't want to say the wrong thing. I did not see that. I kind of went to the
Well,
tiers.
let me pull it up then.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that up. But the idea of artists getting paid to me is a step in the right direction. But I also understand your argument from standpoint of who gets paid versus what you click on. So
Ooh, and when do they get
and
paid?
when do they get paid? Yeah, and Terry, you pretty much saying it's just to
Add the free.
add
Just,
the free option.
just like when what's it called? Spotify created it to where you don't have to have you don't have to shuffle the album anymore. That's one of the reasons I don't use Spotify, because I want to just listen to the album
on your phone.
on my phone, and they shuffled it around. And Adele came in and was like, if I want to change anything, then this is what I would want to change.
I was actually about to read her comment, because
Before we jump really quick on the Tidal
Yes.
thing, it says, while there will be limited interruptions, they are Tidal led and not from advertisers. So Tidal will be using the interruptions to educate consumers on the music industry.
I like that.
So that's interesting.
I don't want to
more you
hear it,
know.
but yeah, I think
Right.
I was like, no, I'm just paying the $9.99 a month.
But nah,
Listen to NPR in my own time.
speaking to what Terry just said about Adele, she actually released a comment on Twitter, and it says, "This was the only request I had in our ever-changing industry. We don't create albums with so much care and thought into our track listing for no reason. Our art tells a story, and our story should be listened to as we intended. Thank you, Spotify, for listening."
You know what's crazy?
Go ahead.
So Spotify went ahead and gave her a P's on that,
Yeah.
but they still said they pretty much still kind of strong-armed it, because now it says now you have to listen to the album in order. So now I can't have the option to shuffle it if I wanted to.
I don't think they removed the option, if I was reading correctly. I think they just made it default to you have to read that it goes in order. I think there's a setting where you can shuffle it still, but it might only be on the desktop version. I'm not sure, because if you have Spotify on your computer, you can listen to it in order. I do all the time.
Yeah, I
It's just
I
on the
never
phone.
listen to it on the computer.
Just on the phone.
Well, you know the worst story in the history of shuffling is, say you got it on
Cupid Shuffle? No, just playing.
No, say you got
Don't
it on.
do that. Don't do that.
That's 14th.
had my situation on 90s shuffle. I'm trying to just relive that era, and the thing is sometimes they'll throw a skit in there. You know, and that's it is what it is. But one time it threw a skit from 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗡's Very Necessary album, I believe, and the name of the skit is "I've Got AIDS."
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
You trust me, nothing busts up a 90s house party.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden a PSA at the end of a 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏, and it's literally titled "I've Got AIDS."
Probably
That
didn't
didn't go
cancel
well.
for that.
He's got
Yeah.
AIDS.
Wow. They don't know nothing but what they
So
do. But
if there's any way you can block terms for your shuffle,
Yeah.
That'd be actually kind of a cool option, actually.
yeah.
To be able to filter.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, you can create your own playlists.
Yeah.
That's what I do at this point. Like
Yeah.
that's one of the things I like about Tidal is the flexibility as far as building your own playlists and being able to move things up and down. I like that.
from a creative
Yeah.
I don't
side,
share playlists. Like some people are big into that.
Yeah.
from a creative side, I could see where Adele is coming from, because when you put a project together, you do think about
I mean, it's
the
a
sequence.
vibe.
Yeah,
At the
it's a
end of the
vibe.
day,
Like
it's a vibe.
I'm not
album-
mad at it.
projects are put out with a specific reason and in an order. We know that. Like when you sit down and make something, the intro is the intro for a reason.
Right.
That's why Kendrick's Damn had a whole thing about listening to it backwards.
Right.
Right.
And people saying it still makes sense if you listen to it backwards
Right.
versus listening to it forward.
Well, I remember when Jay-Z put out American Gangster,
Yeah.
and this is when people were still buying records off of iTunes as opposed to just streaming them through Apple Music. You could not buy just individual tracks. If you wanted to buy American Gangster,
Yeah.
you had to buy the whole album, because he said, I built this as a body of work.
Yes.
I didn't buy this for you to just
In
listen
the way
to
it flows,
I'm
it's
with that,
definitely a
though.
body of
Hey, you
work.
have,
I'm with that,
You
though.
have that option on your, I mean, for people that don't know that are randomly tuning in, but I do run No Cosign Records right on the side, and when I put out a record to the distribution companies, you have the option of saying this is an album only,
Mhm.
or you want it to be able to be, you can do individual.
Break
So
it up,
if you
yeah.
want to, you can do that. Even on Bandcamp, if you want, you can make it so people can't stream anything. You have to
Yeah.
buy
You
the
have
album.
to buy. You give them one leak at the top, and you have to buy the whole album.
So I do
Yeah.
like the innovation that's coming with all of this stuff too. Actually, to be honest, the free option for Tidal, I may start listening to Tidal now.
Yeah. 'Cause I
mean-
paid for Tidal for a while. I think what they're doing now too is with YouTube Music is a force, honestly, because you have the videos and the music. And then you have this other streaming platform coming into play that we had talked about maybe 10 episodes or so ago. So I figured that the ones that are already out here have to kind of switch up their thing in order to make them keep standing out versus this newcomer coming in trying to knock people out. Because that YouTube one ain't going nowhere.
YouTube's not going.
What's the Apple Music isn't going anywhere
Right.
either. Those are safe.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I don't think Spotify is going anywhere.
No,
It's not.
No,
I don't think- I don't even think
Spotify's
Tidal-
still the top dog.
I don't even think Tidal is. Well, YouTube's definitely the top dog, even though we don't talk about it because of the engine behind YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube is a
Yeah,
beast,
this is true.
man.
This is true.
It's
Yeah,
like
YouTube is a beast.
it's still, you got to realize YouTube is the #1 search
Yeah.
platform.
Like with YouTube Music, you can literally
Oh
take
man,
you can literally take the music, build a playlist or whatever off the videos and user uploaded albums. Like even Murder Was a Case. You can't listen to that album. You can't find it like in a store or in an MP3 store, but users have uploaded that album and you can add it to your playlist from there,
Right.
and it'll still play.
and that's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
Yeah, I think it's probably YouTube. My personal opinion is YouTube, then Spotify,
And then
probably Apple.
Apple Tidal after that.
Yeah, but you know,
I mean, I
YouTube's just
monster.
it's just like we don't even talk about it. It's so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here in front and be like, I don't listen to playlists. I got some. I make my own. You pluck songs from albums and put a bike ride list together or workout, whatever. But I do think there is something that is important to still rocking album as it was intended to be rocked. Like I'm the nerd in me likes that. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that.
you have a Pilates and Monday Night Chill playlist.
hey,
I don't have a Pilates and Monday Night
I've literally
Chill.
never liked listening to albums on shuffle though. It's for some reason it's a pet peeve to me.
I actually accidentally turned it on, and it made
weird.
me angry.
Yeah,
Weird.
It made
Because
you. Wait a minute. It made you angry.
Look, because I'm used to listening to things in a certain order.
yeah. I want to skip it in the same order too. So
Yeah.
if I know I want to skip this next song, I'm
Because it's going to
skip that
shuffle it
next
to a song I didn't like. You know?
These are new old head problems.
It
Exactly.
is.
Now, when I had my tape player, I never had to shuffle because
had
I
to-
knew what I put on that
I
tape.
had to press down and fast forward for 2.5 seconds.
Them new age tape players
They
would
would go
stop on the next one.
Yeah.
I never had one of those.
Oh.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you...
You was living life when you got one of those.
Man, talk to him.
Mug stop automatically on the next song.
and it'll stop automatically, then rewind it, and you might hear the end of the previous song, but then you get all that next song.
My old tape player that I had growing up was a tape player. It was a dual deck tape player, so I could make like pause tapes and stuff.
you had
right?
an AWA.
I did eventually.
I was about to ask. He read my mind.
an
Go ahead.
Iowa. But yeah, eventually I did have one. But the one I had was 2 dual tapes, but it had a record.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Oh, wow.
bought.
okay.
So I could
Wow.
record from the record directly to the tapes too, which is pretty dope.
Oh,
Let,
yeah.
let me ask y'all this: if you had a Walkman, what brand of Walkman did you have?
Isn't Walkman the brand?
Yeah.
Yeah, Walkman is
No,
definitely
I had
the
a
brand.
I had a Sony.
Yeah, because
Walkman.
Sony Walkman.
Well, y'all know what I mean. Which one did you have of
yeah,
the Walkman?
the Sony Walkman.
That's the only one you actually.
So it's
can
only
have.
Sony Walkmans those
Yeah.
are the only ones that came out.
Yeah. Are you talking about portable CD players?
Or portable tape players.
Maybe that's what I'm talking about because those expanded some more.
Eventually, some other companies start
It's like
making.
That's what I'm talking
Because,
about.
like
they
iPods.
I had a Walkman.
It's like
This
iPods.
man.
They're MP3 players.
Yeah.
My Walkman broke. Too.
I mean, there wasn't nobody checking for the Zoom, but I mean, it was a good product. It was
Poor
just too
Zone
late.
just went to the digital cemetery.
Graveyard. How long did that mug last?
It was putting up a fight for
I
a
mean,
little while.
yeah,
Little while.
I remember it had a tuner. I think it was an
A radio tuner.
like
Radio
an
tuner,
AM
yeah.
tuner.
I had an Iowa CD multi-disc.
Yeah, you was doing it when you had that Iowa though.
Yeah, with you said with the joint on top.
6
Five,
changer
five or six, yeah, and then had the tape player below.
Oh, you definitely was balling.
with
It was a
bass
birthday
boost.
gift.
Yeah.
Nice
You-
little
Oh,
bass
yeah,
boost.
bass
on it.
boost. You was getting it.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, but the bass boost button was fire. I'm with y'all on that. Yeah, you was balling on. I like
Crank
that.
it up. Crank it up.
Just having one item to ball.
You might get one item a year, and
Man, you
Might be
balling for
like,
that.
you balling.
Oh, you got some snow tires? You must be balling.
man, you had to get good grades, mow the line,
Yeah,
shovel
you
the
did.
snow,
You did.
break the leaves.
All
you
of
had to
that.
do all that for that one item, but you balling though.
Man, you had to earn it. I'm with y'all when y'all
Yeah.
right. You definitely had to earn it. You just ain't gonna Mom,
Yeah.
I remember when,
y'all
when
got
I first
y'all
started
got
buying
2
my
hash
own
brown when you
shoes.
went to McDonald's for breakfast. Y'all was balling.
You got a CD player, but you didn't get shoes.
Listen, my mama would give me a $60 shoe allowance.
There we go.
If I wanted something else, I had to come up with the rest of that change.
Yep.
I remember my first pair of Jordans
Okay.
was the
You paid for them.
yes sir. They was the I guess they call them the Bordeaux's now.
Yeah.
They didn't have names like that back then.
It was just like the
Don't do that
Jordans.
long.
Yeah, it was the Jordan number or whatever. I remember I came in with them shoes. She was like, "How did you get those?"
What you
Like,
say?
I mean, I worked for them. I saved up. I gave you $60.
I didn't.
I'm like, well, Mom made it happen. So
Yeah, he made it happen. I didn't-
No, mom.
By any means.
Mom made sure that you had the initiative to go out and get
There
the rest
we
of that
go.
money.
right.
There we go.
Look, it was because it's $60. I don't know what made that the cutoff.
That's
because
the
I had
price
the
they threw out
same
there.
Cutoff.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
it was time to get some tennis
$60.
shoes, and it was
Yeah.
just like, and me. I told you my shoe carnival story. So
Hey,
you
we
know,
lived in Shoe Carnival.
So you know
Talk to
me.
him.
I was still trying to. I was like, oh, $55.95.
I kind of look
Let's go up
forward
here
to
and see
going.
what it's gonna
I
be.
look forward
Buy
to
me a
going
couple
to
candy
Shoe
bars?
Carnival because I might be able to spin that wheel, and I might be able to get a little change out
They
of my
will let you spin
shoes,
that wheel.
and then I might get a skateboard or something. If I land on the skateboard, give me a free skateboard or something,
Yep.
which I never got. But I was able to get a little few dollars off some shoes, so I can get some more expensive shoes
Hey, my mom.
versus the $60 tier. So
My mama used to ignore the big bin of ankle socks, Nike ankle socks they have. You know, as you walk up to the front.
Nike socks.
My
What are
mama
you
was
talking
like,
about?
my mama was.
You
she
could
just be
barely
like,
get
don't even,
Nike
don't even
shoes.
think
I
about
go
it.
get Nike socks.
I was like, Ma,
That
can I
was
get
your
a pair of socks?
consolation prize.
Can I get a bag of socks? You know, there's like 8 pair in there. Something like
Get
that.
no Nike
She was
socks.
like, nah, that ain't part of the deal that
She
we
was
made.
probably trying to get the black ones too, trying to be like Michigan.
I sure was. Shout out to the
I
Fab
like the
Five.
black ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, you weren't getting those socks.
not
so,
at all. We walked right by the bin.
unless you had a job.
Yeah.
I remember this dude tried to sell me some, like, you know how, like, you know you worked at the shoe store.
Oh, yeah.
You was one of them dudes trying to sell upgrades, trying to sell insoles.
Oh, that was 100%
Shoe
me.
cleaner,
Yeah.
shoe cleaner and all that other mess.
the force fields to go in the shoe box of the shoe.
My favorite customers would buy 5 to 7 accessories every time they would come in.
Yeah.
So yeah, they get a little bit. of
See,
everything.
that's where they get you.
Yeah.
With the in
We
with
get the wristband,
add-on.
headband, 2 pairs of laces,
He
some
talking about the
cleaner.
Nelly era now.
Yeah, all that. That's when I was there.
They get the red laces and then
All right, so all right, man. Let's get to this last topic before we get out of here. Clear my little.
You ain't got to tell
Oh,
him
no.
what you're doing.
yeah, I mean,
Sorry, y'all. Sorry, I'm talking out loud. I
Let me
apologize.
clear
I
my
mean, yeah.
throat and
Sorry
delete
about that.
this thing
Delete
from my
this.
recycle
all right,
bin.
let me go ahead and defragment my hard drive.
Refresh.
Yeah, but
close all these tabs that are causing trouble.
on a much sadder note, man, Young Dolph passed away. He was killed in Memphis, 36 years old, at a cookie store in broad daylight, which is I don't know, man. We've had this conversation, and you know, rappers are just, it's just more, I don't know, man. It's just sad, and I'm not the biggest Young Dolph fan. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie, but I've been known to be in the car and play Get Paid really loud.
Why not?
You know what I'm saying? So
That's motivation music.
yeah, he had a couple
Almost a
joints.
hymn.
Yeah, he had a couple joints where I was like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and slide this Dolph over to this playlist. But what makes it worse to me is he was in town, and the day before they had started giving out turkeys, and then his record label, they continued to do it after he was killed. But I don't know, man. It's just unfortunate. I mean, even though I'm not the biggest fan or whatever, you just hate to
You
see
don't
stuff
gotta
like
be a
this.
fan though, because it's sickening.
Yes.
Because I can't stand how people are literally realizing their dreams
Mhm.
and their lives are being cut short.
Yeah.
Like, what type of energy makes somebody hate someone that much where you see them doing good and providing for themselves and families, the community, you want to take their lives from? That's sad, man. There's really nothing else to explain about it. I don't understand why it keeps happening.
Yeah.
Is that what it is
It's
with him?
You know what? It's
pretty
it's-
sure it probably
Dolph's history is, as it relates to this type of stuff, is he got a list of, you know,
Well,
What-
even okay, so even the being rich, beefing with rich people.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even a week or so prior, Soulja Boy, everybody knows Soulja Boy. He loves to run his mouth, and he was saying, "Well, you ain't really independent. You ain't really getting 100,000." We're talking about you're not really getting $100,000 a show.
Yeah.
Why is there any ill will towards somebody for getting $100,000 show, and you're in the same tax bracket as this man?
Agreed.
Y'all are all getting money. Why ain't y'all applauding everybody and trying to progress the culture forward versus tearing each other down, saying that I have more money than you? And I'm not saying that had anything to do with his untimely demise, but it all plays into the whole piece of the puzzle, though. It's stupid to me. I don't know.
It's very stupid. It's very stupid.
Well, what we have, because see, the thing is, this is what I hate every time this happens, is someone tries to put it on the culture. And it's like, whoa, well, these corporations, they're paying people to put out these messages. Let me tell you something. We need to go ahead and just put this on these jealous, dusty individuals. They weren't even trying to rob. They weren't trying to rob Young Dolph.
They just killed him.
They just killed him. They just took somebody. They just took somebody's father. Cookies. They just took somebody's husband or significant other. Because they were just feeling weak about somebody doing better than them.
Yeah. Right.
And you can't put. I once again, I've talked about how this doesn't have anything to do with the culture of hip hop or whatever. This has to do with people and their low self-esteem.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, yeah, I showed him. Like I said, it wasn't.
You didn't show anybody anything.
What was the mean? What was the means to the? There was no means to the end.
No.
You just killed somebody. And who are you gonna be around to where you said, yeah, I killed Young Dolph? Those people, that's not something you should brag about. But it's. In the moment, it might have felt like something to do, but in retrospect, they probably
I don't understand how that energy exists. How does that exist in your mind?
Behavior,
to where you want to just take somebody out? I mean, you're literally taking yourself out because this man was providing for the same community that you killed him in.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing if he was just, and this is why, I heard 50 say, look, I don't go back to the hood. For what?
Yeah, for what?
Because
Boosie is known for saying that.
And this is something that this is where I'm getting my conspiracy theory bag, and somebody's gonna have to, research this. When we talk about Young Dolph, independent artist, FBG Duck, independent artist.
Same label.
I mean, like, same, but they had
I saw that meme.
Yeah.
Vaughn.
And then like Nipsey was on Atlantic, but he wasn't signed Atlantic. That was a partnership.
Yep.
So here are these hip hop artists who are taking a certain level of economic independence in through their art, and here we are, and they've all had to die at a time. You guys understand, Young Dolph to Memphis was a lot of what Nipsey was to LA.
100%.
Here he was literally supporting a black business in his city, and gets shot in broad daylight. He wasn't in his car, mind you. He was in the store, like walking in the store.
And he been feeding that community
while getting ready to do, or a turkey drive for people. Look, if you seen how much these turkeys are going for now, it's people who thought they didn't need a turkey drive before they needed this year.
And they had a truck full of them.
And you killed this person for what? Because your self-esteem is low.
It's sad.
Because
crazy.
Because nobody wants to hear your struggle raps.
You know what's even worse, and I know we got to get ready to wrap up, but this era is so weird because all you see now is everybody's a reporter. So there's conspiracy theories all through YouTube, and the youngins that might have had something to do with it, and clout chasing, and IG Live talking about we may have done this or I didn't do that, and it's just confusing, man. And the thing about this dude has his baby mama, his mom, like his family, they can see all of this stuff.
There's an active file. Even if you take all that away, you took an active hands-on father away from children, his two children. There's no honor in that. There's nothing fly about that. Ooh. You just once again, it's not about hip hop. It is about people who have low self-esteem and are just raggedy and dusty and this is how they're living. Yeah. Here it is. They probably 28, 30, whatever years old. And nobody wants to listen to their mixtape. They're barely getting by. And you see Young Dolph on stage, and he can
deeper than that.
And
these are the same cats that you probably
all this stuff
with.
Yeah,
they hated everything that you did.
Exactly.
They probably hated that you had good grades. They probably hated that you was with the girl that they liked. They hated that you did things the way you were supposed to be. And like, even if you took a loss, you bounced back. Yeah, they hated you for all those reasons. And this is what gives them that high, is being able to take that away from you.
They're like, what I showed him, and that's
unfortunate, man.
Once again, like I hate how they just try to put it on hip hop just because it was somebody in hip hop that got killed.
Yeah, that's a lazy analysis.
But at the same time, I don't, I brought up the conspiracy theory, but there doesn't have to be a conspiracy theory for someone to be in their neighborhood and get killed. Just the same way it was with Nipsey. Unfortunately, FBG Duck, but I could go on, but I'm not going to because I don't feel like it at this point.
Yeah, so rest in peace to Dolph. Condolences to his family and that whole community, because I know the whole community is hurting down there in Memphis. So shout to South Memphis. We got to get ready to get out of here. Make sure you all go to Google. Just Google New Old Heads, whatever you see, whatever you find. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell if there's a bell for notifications. We appreciate the support as always. Chad, I see you. Thank you for your activity tonight. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Yeah,
Goodbye.